Welcome to your program, Security Watch Africa, and thanks for staying tuned to your station, Africa Independent Television. We want to quickly inform you that Nigeria has entered the second phase of this COVID-19 pandemic. Really, it's a serious situation now because it's spreading wider than we expect. A lot of Nigerians thought that we are through with the COVID-19, but COVID-19 is still here with us and getting even stronger. So we must observe all protocols to ensure that we are prevented and cross into the year 2021 in good health. Please ensure that you comply to all protocols on COVID-19 pandemic. Thanks for staying tuned. My name still remains Patrick Abambu. Today is actually a very joyful day for me and for all Nigerians, I should say, with the news of the rescue of those 344 children, innocent Nigerians that were adopted, sadly, but thank God that the Nigerian security rose up and effected their rescue. Really, it calls for a lot of celebrations because it shows that we can respond when things happen. There's no nation, there's no part of the world that is free from security. But what happens is if the security agencies can rise up and ensure that people are protected, it's a joyful moment, really. Imagine how the families of those children are feeling. We must congratulate all the security agencies for doing. They work together in synergy, being led directly by the acting GOC 8th Division, Major General Aminu Bande, and who is also the land commander, component commander of Operation Hadrin Daji, and also Brigadier General Idris. Yes, my own friend was also part of the operations that took place, talking about Deputy Commissioner of Police, Abba Kyari. They all work together to ensure that these children are reunited with their families. Kudos. We must thank also the Chief of Defense Staff and the Chief of Army Staff for all the work they did on this. I'm already going to have a participant with me on this program today who is already on Zoom to look at how he feels, talking about Chidi Omeje, who is the editor-in-chief and publisher of Nigeria Security Digest. We want to hear from him what he feels with hearing this news. I don't know if Chidi is ready to participate with us. Let's talk.
Yes, I'm ready. I'm good to go.
Yeah, yes. Chidi, how do you feel as a Nigerian and as somebody who is into security, who is passionate about security?
Well, my feeling is by the way, first of all, thank you for having me. It's a feeling of excitement, happiness. I mean, if you are in the shoes of the parents of those kids, you will be excited having your kids back in your home. It was a traumatic experience, not just for the adopted kids, not just for the families, but for entire Nigerians, the entire global human family. I mean, no person deserved to be with the bandits or with the terrorists or whoever they are that kept people in the forest for kids, for that matter, for almost a week. So I'm happy. I feel excited as a Nigerian, and I feel excited as somebody who's following the security sector with passion.
Okay. Yeah. What would you say? Would you say that the reaction to the security sector in this case, because we've had other adoption in the past, but in this case, how will you describe the actions of the security agencies?
I think what really helped this case is the time. The reaction time was really very, very quick and fast. There was no lacuna, there was no lapse. If we had a lapse, maybe upward of a week or two or three, it would have been difficult for the security forces to retrieve those kids. If time had come in between, you see that they would have divided those kids into bits, and then it would be easier for them to slip into the abyss with the kids, or slip into different maybe neighboring countries. But because the security forces moved in with dispatch just a day or two after the crime was committed, our security men, moved in The armed forces, for instance, I'm sure they condoned off the entire general area, and of course, you know that the A component of this particular armed forces were also, hovering in the air, surveillance, and it denied those guys, denied their doctors, the freedom of action. They were not able to do anything. They know that they cannot move an inch. So I am proud of the Nigerian Armed Forces, and I'm proud of what they've done. Not just them, but the entire joint task force that were part of it. Because, like from what you said, that some police and some elements of the police force were part of it. We're happy. The important thing is that there's a synergy that have given us results, and I'm very happy. The Nigerians should now see that their armed forces are not sleeping. When they do their job, they were very professional. If they were not professional, maybe by now we would be talking about some mishaps. Probably would have gone there with body bags to pick some dead bodies. But because they was very sensitive, they knew that they were dealing with a very delicate situation, so they were very professional about it, and they were able to rescue, of course, retrieve those kids without any story about casualty or mishap. So I'm proud of them, and I appreciate what they've done.
Yes, I know that next week we want to have you in the studio so that we'll dissect the situation very critically. One of the issues that came up is some people are talking about the government must have paid ransom and all that, but I know for sure that no ransom was paid. We know what took place, but from you, do you think that for a month government must have paid ransom?
Let me tell you, when you have kidnap issues like this, money is not just the only factor. You see, there's no government that will just willingly pay money. Because if you pay money, you are empowering those terrorists for future actions. So I'm sure that the government would have, they know that it is not advisable to pay money. So I believe that I want to believe the side of the story that they didn't pay money, because if they say they didn't pay money, they didn't pay money. I wasn't there, and I have no reason to believe otherwise, because there are other things. There are some compromises that could happen apart from paying money.
Yes.
It could be maybe to release some of their guys. They're already in detention and so. There are many things that can be done without paying money. So Nigeria should remove their mind from the issue of paying money, because I know that government will not willingly want to pay money, knowing that if you pay money, you are empowering the bandits or the terrorists for future actions. Okay. So I don't want to believe they paid any money. But if they paid money, fine. If you're in the shoes of the parents, you may not really want to care about if they pay money or not. What you have after is to see that you have your kids back at home, and it has happened. So that's the bottom line. That's what is more in our mind for now.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chidi Omeje, Publisher, Editor-in-Chief, and Nigeria Security Digest, for being with us today.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, just like Chidi said, and which I've said, I can authoritatively confirm that no money was paid, no money, and what took place, and government played on the weak point and the vulnerability of the bandits to be able to get these children back, and everybody's happy about that. Thank you. Yes, during the week, the chief of the Nigerian police force had presence in Abia State. In fact, the #1 policeman in Nigeria, the IGP Mohammed Abubakar Adamu, visited Abia State on a one-day tour of duty to be able to interact with his personnel arising from the issue of EndSARS issue. Sit back as we bring you this report from Omar here by Ernest Enuneku.
The Nigerian police force for some time now has been facing lots of challenges that has negatively impacted on the morale of officers and men of the force, especially from the last EndSARS protest, which led to the deaths of police officers and men, vandalization and burning of police stations, destructions of personal properties of police personnel living outside the barracks, and cutting away of arms and ammunition from policemen on duty and their armories. Available statistics shows that the police was the highest casualty of the #EndSARS protest, leaving officers and men in very low morale and the feeling of no appreciation from the public. The Inspector General of Police, Nigerian Police Force, IGP Mohammed Abubakar Adamu, commenced a robust confidence-building tours of all states affected by the destructions arising from the EndSARS protest. This Tuesday was the turn of Abia State. IGP Adamu, in company of the Deputy Inspector General of Police in charge of ICT and supervising DIG for the Southeast Zone, DIG Celestine Okoye, and the Force Public Relations Officer, DCP Frank Umba, was received by the Abia State Deputy Governor, Right Honorable Ude Okochukwu. The Stand Inspector General of Police, Zone 9 Police Command, AIG Baba Tijani, the Commissioner of Police, Abia State, CP Janet Agbede, and other dignitaries. At the State Command Headquarters, police officers and men were waiting for the opportunity to interact with the IGP. In her welcome address, CP Janet Agbede, the only female commissioner of police presently heading a command in Nigeria, outlined some of the challenges the command has been facing, particularly the activities of the Independent People of Biafra, IPOB. As according to the CP, there was really no NSAS protest in the states.
Prior to the NSAS protest, Independent People of Biafra, IPOB group, has started attacking security agents, police and the military, snatching arms and ammunition, among which arrests have been made and some of the weapons recovered.
CP Agbede thanked the IGP for coming, as this will in no small way revive the morale of officers and men in the command.
Your presence today is a motivating factor, capable of energizing and igniting the desired spirit of consciousness, which will physically and spiritually boost our professional productivity towards effective crime control.
Addressing officers and men of the command, IGP Muhammad Abubakar Adamu expressed satisfaction with the conduct of his men during the NSAS protest, saying the country is peaceful today because policemen across the country restrained themselves from using their arms even when they were provoked to do so.
And we knew why you didn't use your firearms, because you've assessed the situation on ground and you found out that if you use your firearm, there will be a lot of fatalities. A lot of people would die. And we're not supposed to kill. We're supposed to preserve life. So we show maximum restraint, and at the cost of showing them restraint, we lost our lives and we were injured. And for showing that maximum restraint, we still have Nigeria today. If I had not used that maximum restraint, we would have been in a different situation. So we thank you most sincerely for using maximum restraint during this NSAS protest.
The IGP, however, warned that protests such as the last NSAS must not be allowed again in Nigeria, that the protection of lives and properties of all will never be undermined by any person or group of persons in any form. He reminded the officers and men that the law of the land empowers them to carry out these functions.
You are not just carrying firearms for the sake of carrying it. You have to use it. So if anybody comes and wants to destroy property, government property, he wants to kill innocent Nigerians, or he's in a lawful custody, he wants to run away, or he puts your life in danger, use your firearm on that person. It is the law that allows that. While you are using your firearms as police officers, we are not supposed to kill. We are to preserve lives and property. So, but use your firearm to maim that individual. And when you are using the firearm, you aim at the leg, aim at the nail. The essence is to incapacitate that person, but not to kill that person.
He said the police force will defend and protect any policeman who carries out his duty in line with the laid down rules and regulations guiding the police force, and that those who were victims of the NSAS protest will be adequately compensated.
If at the course of performing your duties and you have followed all the rules of engagement and you make mistake, nothing will happen. We will support you, because there's nobody that is above mistake. So you go back there, you go out there, perform your duties firmly, courageously, and without fear of anybody.
The #1 police officer in Nigeria took questions from policemen. As part of the one-day duty tour to Abia State, IGP Adamu received 10 pickup vehicles fitted with communication gadgets from the Abia State Governor, Dr. Keze Bazu, inaugurated the Abia State Homeland Security Watch, endorsed the Crime Prevention and Management Systems (CPAMS) initiative by the Abia State Governor, and commissioned the newly built Zone 9 Command Headquarters. This magnificent edifice was built and furnished by the Abia State government. Ernest Enuneku, Security Watch Africa, Abia State.
Still in Abia State, Security Watch Africa put a report trying to examine how government, state government, local government, or federal government can support security, provision of security for the citizens of the country, Nigeria. We have this report also for you from our Abia State.
In its drive to help fight insecurity in Abia State, the state government, under the leadership of the Executive Governor, Dr. Keze Bazu, has initiated and introduced different measures to help boost security of lives and properties of residents of the states. Abia State, with a population of about 3 million people, is landlocked, sharing boundaries with Enugu, Anambra, Imo, Ebonyi, Cross River, Akwa Ibom, and River States. It is also faced with security challenges, as it is with most states, but severely adjudged as one of the safest in Nigeria. Some of the initiatives of the state governor to solve the insecurity situation in the state are the operationalization of Crime Prevention and Management System (CPAMS), which he says is aimed at reinvigorating and re-engineering security management in the states.
An initiative of Abia State government, and our aim is to link up the three issues that is occupying the front burner in policing today. One is digital policing. Can we find a way to deploy science and technology in simple policing strategy? The next one is, how do we engage the public? How do we get Nigerians to participate in policing and support the Nigerian police framework? The third one is, how do we now take it a step further? Can we have a system or build a system that is scalable? In response to these three issues, CPAMS tries to eliminate the use of blackboards or notebooks for crime records. It will also do two things. One is that it will be impossible for the IPO or the DPO, as the case may be, to just take a decision to release a criminal on account of relationship, on account of hogwash investigation, because by the time you upload that information, everyone already knows that something is happening. And then it will completely eliminate the issue of argument around who is a first offender or who is a habitual criminal. And no criminal can bear a different name in a police division in Arochukwu and then come to Aba South and begin to bear another name. Of course, it will be difficult because all his biodata will be available in the system.
To further demonstrate the workability of this system, Security Watch Africa visited the CPAMS Central Control Center, situated at the State Command Headquarters in Umuahia, and the CPAMS project manager, Ko Chinedu, spoke on the functionality of this technology.
Abia has 33 police divisions and 6 area commands. And so CPAMS cannot function very well without having these systems also installed in all the divisions. The divisions are all equipped with 2.5 kVA solar that will give them 24-hour power supply to make sure that we don't run out of power to charge up the laptops to be able to collect information. We have the fingerprint devices and the webcams to capture suspects that has been brought to each division or to each police station. And so for the 33 plus 6, that is 39, we are restored 2.5 kVA solar power and 2 laptops each for each of these divisions. And what we intend to achieve is that information collected in Osisioma will get to this control room as soon as possible. without delay. And as soon as they receive the information from the control room analyzes the information and sends signal to the officers that are closest to the crime scene to nip the crime at the bud.
Another initiative of Dr. Okuze Ikpeazu is in the area of intelligence gathering and community policing strategy, with the establishment of the Abia State Homeland Security Watch, comprising initial 500 youths trained by the Nigerian Police Force as a boost to crime prevention and fighting in the states.
The Homeland Security is a response to community policing initiative of the present administration. We think that the citizen police ratio in Nigeria is not adequate. It's one of the smallest in the world, and we need to police all the empty spaces in our environment. And the only way to do that is to take deliberate and committed steps towards raising young people that can support the already existing police framework. How are they going to support? They will support through becoming the eyes of the Nigerian police or the security agencies in the various communities. They will work in liaison with the traditional rulers, the local government chairmen, and then virtually support and identify who is who, because every community knows who a stranger is and who has propensity for violent crime. In so doing, we will have more boots on ground to support the existing police framework.
These 500 youths were inaugurated by the Inspector General of Police, IGP Muhammad Abubakar Adamu, during his recent visit to the states, amidst joy on the faces of the youths.
So having said all that I've said, I'll take this opportunity and humbly inaugurate the Homeland Security. Thank you.
For effective and extensive patrol of every nook and cranny of Abia State, brand new pickup vehicles were donated to the Nigerian Police Force and the Nigerian Army in the states. The IGP was on hand for the police, while the representative of the Nigerian Army also received their keys.
With these vehicles, all the public spaces will be occupied, and criminals will never have the opportunity to commit crime unattended to. We'll use it to patrol the community and prevent commission of crime, and where it happens, we'll make sure that we get the culprits. We want Abia State to be one of the safest states, as it is now, is one of the safest states.
To the military vehicles, they are distinct, they are the ones that are painted in green, and it is my prayer and desire that the military will deploy these vehicles to support the Nigerian police to reach the unreached areas and make sure that every space that is available in Abia State is adequately policed.
Taking further Governor Okuze Ikpeazu's desire for effective policing of the state government prioritized the completion of the earlier abandoned Zone 9 Command Headquarters to provide for effective supervision of police activities in Abia, Imo, and Ebonyi states. This masterpiece is a complete departure from the present Zone 9 Command Headquarters, which is not befitting even for a police station. The face of security in Abia State has taken a turn for the better, especially as Yuletide season is here with us. Ernest Enuneku, Security Watch Africa, Umuahia, Abia State.
Welcome back. Yeah, look, it's always said that security is everybody's business, so we must put hands together to ensure that we provide security for ourselves. So kudos to the government and the governor of Abia State for doing that to support. I'm sure that the people of that state will sleep with their two eyes closed and move around their lawful engagement without harassment or molestation, because the security agencies have what they did to work now. So we must leave for other programs to continue. Sadly, we'll be able to bring you the other reports we have. But next week, we're going to look at issues that concern the adoption and rescue of the 344 Kankara children. We're happy that they are back with us. So we'll be looking at it effectively so that it will not happen again. And how can we promote the safe schools security initiatives? That we'll be looking into by next week. But like I said at the beginning, ensure that you observe all COVID-19 protocols because it's very, very important. I want you to be alive in the year 2021, so you must do everything necessary to protect yourself. Observe social distancing. This period we know we are celebrating, but we need to celebrate with caution and to know that there's a lot of danger out there on the street. Even as those who are traveling home, please make sure that you don't socialize and put yourself in danger. Until we come your way again next week, I say thanks for staying tuned and bye for now.